How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
It's not personal.
The show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. Not everyone needed to have an allegation to be a part of this.
So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder to get this is business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in love with you. Everybody ain't dedicated. Everybody ain't loyal to the point.
Cent got another documentary in the arsenal, because I ain't gonna lie, Diddy has finally met his motherfucking match. I love to see it. So 50 Cent had posted that Diddy sent him flowers from jail to his club appearance in Miami. And he's alleging that it's like supposed to be a threat, because y'all know that when he released that documentary not too long ago, Diddy did try to send him a cease and desist.
50 Cent has found himself back in the center of chaos with Diddy. And this time, things turned strange real quick. After 50 dropped his Netflix documentary about Diddy, the internet went into overdrive. Everyone started revisiting the wild stories tied to Diddy over the years. The documentary tried to stay balanced, showing both sides, and even noting that Diddy wasn't officially charged in some cases. But that didn't stop him or his camp from being furious about it. They reportedly hated everything about it.
Well, the whole point of him filming this whole thing was because I'm sure that he planned on doing his own documentary. This is an extreme narcissist you're talking about. Extreme. He's sitting there with feds, an eye shot away from his hotel suite, filming his hotel room, and he's looking at them and he's filming them right back. He's literally saying in certain parts, yeah, make sure you're filming all of this because we need to get some, some cutaway shots.
That's wild. That's wild.
No, he was literally, did nobody pay attention to that?
Oh, I saw it.
Like he said, yeah, make sure you're filming all of this. We need this for cutaways. Like you're sitting here collecting footage, like a director, like an AD.
Yeah. What does that say to the cameraman that, can anybody be bought, or, he said, the cameraman said he recorded all this for Diddy, and then of course Diddy got locked up, so.
Yeah, Diddy got locked up and he didn't get paid. That's you. A lot of people seem to have that experience.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Dealing with Combs Enterprise, they come in and they work and they don't get
the behind-the-scenes clips, the interviews, even the tone of the whole thing. They fired back by sending Netflix a cease and desist letter and allegedly started talking about legal action. But what really shocked people was the rumor that Diddy may have sent a not-so-subtle warning directly to 50's doorstep. Now, 50 isn't easily shaken. He's dealt with real danger before. Back in the day, Supreme nearly ended his life, and Jimmy Henchman allegedly made several attempts too. So if someone tries to play slick with him, he's not the type to panic. And that's where it gets deeper. Sending funeral flowers isn't random. In street culture, that's a serious message. Even back in the old days, figures like Al Capone used to do it as a quiet threat. 50 himself once sent rapper Cameron black roses with a tiny coffin during their beef. So when something like this happens, people start wondering if it's just showmanship or if there's something more behind it. Meanwhile, Diddy's team is reportedly doing everything they can to get the documentary pulled down.
Cent got another documentary in the arsenal, because I ain't gonna lie, Diddy has finally met his motherfucking match. I love to see it. So 50 Cent had posted that Diddy sent him flowers from jail to his club appearance in Miami. And he's alleging that it's like supposed to be a threat, because y'all know that when he released that documentary not too long ago, Diddy did try to send him a cease and desist. Flopped. Not happening. So he's taking these flowers as, like funeral flowers. Like, y'all know when they get into the streets, certain shit means certain shit. So they get it. Even if we don't get it, they get it. So if he's saying that these are supposed to be like a message, then they supposed to be a message. But 50 Cent responded with, what kind of is this? Diddy send you flowers at Club 11? LOL. Why all the foreplay get busy? You know I'm stupid. Yeah, like real stupid. If you know 50 Cent, but you ain't know 50 Cent. Diddy, wrap it up. Wrap it up. You did what you did. He exposed what you did. He exposed more of what you did. Wrap it up. Then he also said, a warning, I'm 90s grimy, you don't warn me, LOL. If you don't know what he mean by I'm 90s grimy.
They believe 50's focus on Diddy is going way too far, almost like an obsession. But according to insiders, there's a deeper personal reason behind 50's anger toward Diddy. 50 Cent never really opens up about this part of the story, but one of Diddy's former artists, Chopper, spilled some major tea about what really started their bad blood. According to Chopper, this tension didn't come from one single incident. It was years of small things piling up until it finally exploded. Back in 50's early grind, before the fame hit, he was writing tracks that somehow made their way through Bad Boy Records. Around that same time, Diddy was reportedly interested in signing one of 50's own artists, but 50 wasn't feeling that idea at all.
Here's 50 Cent's caption. Oh my goodness, itty bitty Diddy wants me dead. I have to lay low. I think I'm gonna hide out at the playoff game tonight. Because in one of the dude's testimony, he's saying that Diddy had a gun for 50 or something, like that he didn't like 50.
No, what it was is 50 Cent in his worst times in this era wrote songs for J-Lo and Diddy. Well, he wrote songs for J-Lo for Diddy. That's number one. And he wanted to sign 50, but 50 just wasn't rocking with Diddy, number one. Number two, Diddy get back with 50 baby mama on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Being petty. So 50 and Diddy's situation is a little more steeper and different than what people think it is, you dig? I just think in my mind, 50 is a street dude. Diddy is not a street dude, but he want to be a street dude. So he got the money to be a gorgeous gangster, AKA do street shit. But what it come down to is 50 ain't want to rock with Diddy, even though 50 wrote songs over there at Bad Boy. And then when 50 started popping, Diddy was just envious of 50 really blowing up. That's all I see. And his baby mama.
He didn't want to work under Diddy's umbrella, and that's what sparked the first crack between them. Chopper put it straight. 50 is petty, and if he feels disrespected, he'll kick you when you're already down. And honestly, the proof is out there. 50's been throwing jabs at Diddy for years, especially once his fame skyrocketed and Diddy realized he couldn't control the situation anymore. But Chopper didn't stop there. He talked about his own time at Bad Boy and claimed that the vibe behind the scenes was nothing like what fans saw on TV. When the cameras were on, everything looked polished and professional. But once they stopped rolling, Chopper said he began seeing behavior that made him extremely uncomfortable. Things just didn't feel right to him. And then comes Jaguar Wright. She's been just as vocal, and her reaction to the Netflix doc was explosive from the start. She pointed out something sharp that most viewers completely missed.
And said, we need comms. He's sitting there talking like an evil dictator. We need comms. We need a way into this conversation. We're losing. He said, we're losing. Losing what? What are you losing? But the key words that he said that were so important were, we need to be able to be speaking to the potential jurors. He said, you might only be the guy that watches CNN, but there's 9 billion people in the world, and 7 billion of them are on Instagram or TikTok. We need to have control of that. He said, we need to know how these potential jurors are thinking. That's what he said.
Thanks.
So what does that mean? He hadn't even been arrested yet. He hadn't even been taken into custody yet. Damian Williams hadn't come forward yet with a list of the charges that they were charging him with and what they were taking him to trial for. That didn't happen until December. So once again, they were losing? Losing what? Losing at what? We need to have control of comms. We need to make sure that we know how.
In the opening scenes, Diddy is actually filming himself returning to New York just days before he was supposed to turn himself in. And he didn't come alone. He had a full camera crew rolling with him like he was directing his own blockbuster movie. Jaguar didn't hold back for a second. She said no real lawyer would ever tell someone to do that. She couldn't believe what she saw. According to her, lawyers work quietly behind the scenes. They don't make a show out of it or let their clients act like movie stars while serious charges are hanging over their heads. She even questioned how that behind-the-scenes footage got out in the first place. That's when she brought up Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnafilo. In the documentary, Diddy keeps saying how he's been the perfect client, following every bit of legal advice and playing by the book. But Jaguar noticed something deeper. She said Diddy didn't seem focused on the victims or the charges. What he really cared about was how he looked to the public. It was all about controlling the narrative. To Jaguar, it was clear as day. The media coverage in that footage looked like a calculated move to sway public opinion before the case even started. She believes they were trying to shape how the jury might see things way in advance. Jaguar then touched on something even heavier.
I had 25% of the company. I didn't know why he needed to get that back from me and then give it back to me again. I didn't understand that. That's like a trick, like, okay, here, I gave it to you, now give it back, and don't worry, I'm gonna give it right back to you. I didn't want to give it up. So he came into my office one day unexpected, him and Kenny Marsalis, they had it planned out. Kenny had the briefcase with all the stock certificates in it, and Diddy had the bat. Not like, I'm gonna beat out of you with the bat, but he had the bat like, man, we got to do this. This has to happen. I didn't feel I was going to get beat down in that office, in all honesty. I got people that could jump out of the shadows in a minute. I wasn't threatened by him. What I was messed up over was the fact that I started this company with you from day zero, and now the one solid thing that you told me I had, you want to take that back and do a return to me on that at this critical time that we're renegotiating and getting a step up on the contract. When he told me it was about all of that renegotiating and that I should trust, I did, begrudgingly, angry, upset. It wasn't right. I did it. He got the stock back. I went on, tried to get over that, kept doing my job, doing what I had to do, delivering everything. And once again, I was caught up in the job. I forgot all about it. And next thing you know, we had the snafu. I was fired. And he just said, oh, okay, bye. And since he had never given me the stock back, he never said that he would pay me anything or give me anything. He just avoided me.
How difficult it is for regular people to find justice when those with power appear protected from every angle. Even when someone goes to the authorities, even when a special prosecutor gets involved, things somehow get delayed or shifted. Cases get reassigned, witnesses move around, and suddenly everything seems tilted against the victims. It's a pattern she says people have seen for years. She also called the documentary a bit of a joke, claiming the only real bombshell was when Kirk Burroughs finally admitted publicly that Diddy assaulted him. Jaguar said a lot of people already knew, but nobody ever said it out loud until now. Kirk Burroughs isn't some random name either. He's been with Diddy since the early days and witnessed things that fans have only whispered about for over 30 decades. And for those who didn't know the full story, the doc finally laid out what went down. But here's where it gets deep. The documentary also dives into why Diddy may act the way he does. Jaguar pointed out that it hinted at something painful, that long before the fame and the music, Diddy himself may have gone through serious trauma.
We were scheduled to do the outside of the college, outside of the gym, Navy, because that's what my team was good at. You understand? I had 18 guys prepared to be outside to make sure that we could get the crowd in order. You understand? Before there was any crowd. You gotta set the things up before you even get the crowd like that, especially in those type of things. And back then in the days, we used to have dogs and everything. I would have a guy with 2 dogs walking the street, making sure people go down the lane, you know what I'm saying, and don't bum rush the doors. You know, people ain't bum rushing the doors when you got dogs out there. You know what I mean? So, and it's crazy that we have to do parties like that, but that was one of our security things that we did. So now, Puff called me and said, yo, Gene, we only need 8 guys. I said, 8 guys? You can't, ain't no way you're gonna do the Shooter Collar with 8 guys. He said, no, Heavy D, because him and Heavy D was doing a party together. He was like, yo, Heavy D want the FOIs to do the outside. I said, the FOIs? He said, yeah. So I said, yo, fuck it, I ain't gonna do it. You know, and then my man, who's my partner, Slick, said, yo, man, we're gonna go ahead and do it, man. And we just gonna get a couple of bottles, just gonna chill, and, you know, we just go outside. We do the downstairs. So Puff told me that, you know, he just wanted us to do inside the gym to make sure that nobody, you know, be over the celebrities like that. That's what he wanted my team to do. But most of the celebrities gonna have their own security anyway. You know what I'm saying? That was just a way to cut our security off anyway. So he cut the security and he got the FOIs, and the FOIs left their post, and that's how the people bum rushed the door, and 9 people died by going.
And the doc straight up confirmed that claim. Jaguar kept it raw as she described moments that revealed just how deep Diddy's story runs. She recalled people saying things like, pour them drinks and they'd give me big tips. But the part that really hit was when she brought up Diddy's father. Diddy once admitted that he felt a strange kind of relief when he found out his dad was a hustler, maybe even tied to street life. To Jaguar, that says everything about how Diddy built his identity. It explains why he's always craved control. It was like he was chasing power to never feel vulnerable again. Then Jaguar took it a step further by bringing up a major tragedy that's often overlooked, the City College celebrity basketball game disaster, where 9 lives were lost. This was one of the darkest chapters in Diddy's early career, and according to Jaguar, it's something that still haunts his legacy. She said it's unbelievable how he managed to walk away from that situation with little accountability. Gene Deal, who worked security that night, has spoken openly about what really went down at the 1991 event. He said everything could have been prevented if the right safety measures were kept in place. According to Gene, the outside security team that replaced his crew left their posts, and that's when chaos broke out.
To me, Tupac was as a young kid coming up, he played a very big role as a
painting.
Yeah, he's
the most influential people in your life.
To me, that guy was so to me, you took this guy out. I investigated a lot of people based on the reports and things that we talked to a lot of different people. It always comes back to Diddy.
What do you think was Diddy's motivation? Is it money? Is it power?
Evil.
Is it psychopathy? Is it Machiavellianism?
And envy, control, limelight. He has to be the face and nobody can have it. Envy, he has to be the face, he has to be the limelight. Nobody can have it more than him.
And obviously he's the reason that he became super famous. He was the producer for Biggie. And Biggie was numero uno.
Yep.
1 and 2, Tupac and Biggie.
And the guy who was partners with, the guy that brought him up, type in Diddy's first mentor. This is the guy that Diddy went and worked as his assistant at a young age, that
What's
took him
his
in.
name?
Andre Harrell.
Who?
Andre Harrell takes him to the founder of Uptown Records. And you know what Andre Harrell does? He fires him because he says, Diddy's getting out of control, disrespecting me. He fires Diddy and tells Diddy, you can leave and you can take only 1 client. And guess who he takes? The
Biggie?
only client he takes is, he says, you can take Biggie. Nobody else is coming with you. He allowed Diddy to leave with only Biggie, and that's when he starts Bad Boy, and he gives 25% to that guy and 75% to his mom.
Interesting.
This is the guy that mentored him. That's the guy everybody wanted to work for.
That's the 25% guy?
No, Andre Harrell
gotcha.
is the founder of Uptown Records, which everybody was under. He mentored Diddy, and he's a legend in the
Diddy
game.
became bigger than him.
The crowd rushed the doors, and with no one directing or controlling the flow, the hallways turned deadly. People got trapped and crushed in the panic. 9 innocent lives lost in the matter of moments. Ever since the Netflix documentary dropped, the backlash against Diddy has only grown louder. people have started revisiting every dark rumor, every old story, and every claim that was once brushed aside. Even big platforms like Valuetainment have spoken up, calling out Diddy's alleged actions and saying his reputation has hit rock bottom. Now, fans are wondering if Diddy's losing control of his public image and old events like the City College tragedy are being brought back to light. Could that mean something bigger is coming? Could there be a renewed investigation or legal case waiting just around the corner? As the noise around Diddy keeps getting louder, more people from his past are starting to speak up, and the stories aren't slowing down anytime soon. The documentary has opened the floodgates, and now insiders, old friends, and even former employees are hinting that what the world has seen so far is just the beginning. Some insiders claim that a second part of the Netflix doc could be in the works, diving even deeper into Diddy's rise and the empire he built behind the scenes. Allegedly, producers have been reaching out to people who once worked for Bad Boy in the early 2000s, asking them to share what they witnessed. And from what's being whispered online, a lot of them are ready to talk this time. Meanwhile, 50 Cent seems to be enjoying every second of it. He's been teasing on social media, posting cryptic captions and clips that fans believe are aimed straight at Diddy. One post had everyone talking when he said, "This ain't over yet." That single line sent the internet into a frenzy because it sounded like he's already planning a follow-up project. But there's another layer to this. Experts in the entertainment industry say this feud is more than just old grudges. It's about reputation and control. Diddy spent decades shaping his image as the untouchable mogul, and 50's documentary ripped that image apart for millions to see. Now, Diddy's team is reportedly in crisis mode, trying to fix the public perception, while also fighting off possible new claims that could surface as more people start speaking out.